What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video back in Madden 17 Ultimate Team. So to start off, I wanted to kind of show you my lineup. It's improved a little bit since episode 1. So what we're actually going to do here before we get into our first online game, because that's what we're going to be doing here today, is get into our first head-to-head matchup. Is we're going to upgrade a couple spots here in the defense. One thing I wanted to do is make sure the secondary was a lot better, because we do need a new cornerback to back up here. Just because that secondary need is very important in the passing game. So what we're going to do is go to the auctions and trade and see what we can find in the auction block. So who we end up getting, we get Smith here from the Ravens at cornerback. He will be our starting cornerback, and it will help out our defense a lot better. And he's not the only one I pick up. I also pick up an 82 strong safety from the Titans to also boost our secondary on the defensive side of the ball. So that's going to help us in our first head-to-head. It got us up to about 72 overall, so that's what we're going to start off with for our first matchup in Madden Ultimate Team head-to-head. As you can see here, I'm pretty outmatched. He's got 3 elites in his top players, and who knows if he has more. Me, these are my top 3, and my only elite is the free player that you get, as a gift from the Mutt team. So, with that being said, enjoy the gameplay, and I will catch you at the end with my final thoughts in the game.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And he's going to drop this.
Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think that... Let's go! Here we go with Jamal Charles. And he'll go down here at 4th down. And Coons connects on this one. It's good. And the Chiefs are... One man in the backfield, Elliott. Now Newton. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he'll get multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. And here's the first NFL reception for the... Now a first down throw for Newton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big one.
To the air again, Newton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
Contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they take...
He's going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receiver. He's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Here's Newton.
School coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football. They try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. To throw, Bridgewater. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Got his man over the middle. This is quick. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Let's go. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck it here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver. The traditional NFL route tree. Let's go. One thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
We saw that indeed, picking up the first. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To the air again with Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. So they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. This will be fielded at the 17. Nice job.
Situation. That's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And incomplete. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. A right side catch by Crabtree. So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. He's got Evans. And he will have a first. 1 man in the backfield, Elliott. Newton now to throw. And this one complete to extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
Back to throw, Newton. And on the left side, he's got Witten. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game.
Out of the backfield, Elliott. Newton now to throw. Completes it to Jason Witten on this drive. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is in. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. That was good.
They have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos.
So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure's always
touchdown. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. Boy, look,
being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than some. And he takes it.
Do that, and coaches want you. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can really call them running backs and not catching backs.
A dump off for Charles. And he brings this up.
Dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help him.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel down formation.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And
well, obviously there is a ton of work to do. We lost 38-3 in this game, and I don't think I was too ready for an online matchup at this point. We have a lot of work to do, a lot of improving the team to do, and we'll see if we can come out victorious next time. I had my butt kicked, just flat out kicked. We did okay at the start, but towards the end, we completely failed in the second half, and did absolutely nothing. As you can see in the highlights, he was all over my defense, and we got to limit those turnovers, and we got to get some better players out on offense and defense. So overall, we have a lot to do, and this is not how I hope my first head-to-head matchup would turn out. But hey, it is what it is, and we'll get better as we move along. This guy was obviously a lot more prepared, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow. Goodbye.